on the field topic. So we were talking, and y'all saying the whole thing about Baker, about how you think he should play this year. Do you think it's possible I don't think it's possible that he plays this year.
I don't think it's possible either. Because of the damage has been done. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say what he said. Our organization, front office, they already just spoke out about how they feel about him. So I just feel like it's already done. It's in stone. So I just think they just wait to see what's gonna happen with the situation. But as far as him getting on the field and playing for us, I can't see the organization letting that happen.
I mean, I definitely, realistically, I feel y'all. But if we look back to the LeBron situation, when he left, nobody thought he would come back with the stuff Dan Gilbert had said that time. And he came back and won us a ship, man. You could put that stuff to the side if it's for the betterment of whatever the cause is. So if he want to showcase his skill to put it on display for another team for the next year, why not take the opportunity?
Yeah, you're right, but that case, it was the owner saying it about the player. This case, we got the player bashing the organization, saying what we did to him and how we, you know what I'm saying, not up front, and, you know, like we backdoored him and all that. So it's more so he burnt that bridge. You know what I'm saying? We was LeBron, he felt like Dan Gilbert did him wrong. So he was the one who had to say so on what went on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with Baker now, it ain't, you know what I'm saying, he burnt the bridges on his end.
Right. But this is where I mean, like the organization got their stance right now, but if it get to that point where Deshaun do get suspended, they're gonna have to decide: is you gonna want to run with Jacoby,
right,
or do you want to take your chance, make amends, make at least some kind of peace with Baker? You know what I'm saying? Just to salvage the season, because he knows the system. He know the players. It ain't like it's gonna be a whole bunch of learning curve. He already know everything. So can we put this to the side for this 1 year, and then we gonna part? Let's go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It could happen, but I don't think it will happen. I don't, realistically, I doubt it. But you know what I'm saying? That they just gonna have to run with whatever they got. Hopefully Watson don't get suspended, man. I feel like this is dumb.
They're gonna give him games. It's in public opinion. They're gonna give him games. If you look at the schedule, you got the first 4 weeks. I'm pulling it up here, but you got the first 4 weeks. You got Carolina, the Jets, Pittsburgh, and you got ATL. And then after that, you get the Patriots, the Chargers. The schedule ramps up. The schedule is set up for a 6-game suspension, not down, reduced to 4, which is the normal policy. Now, what happened with Trevor Bauer, it may put pressure on the NFL, but the NFL had to fire the people that represented Zeke and the lawyer that represented Zeke's suspension, because they found out, Zeke never really did anything. And the person that handed that suspension ended up getting fired. They had to be the scapegoat for that. So it's a possible situation of, if we hand down a hammer and we suspend him for the whole year, and more information comes out where we find out that, we're finding out day by day, these testimonies are not holding, and we found out that he was innocent the whole time. One, the NFLPA is going to go crazy on the league itself, and then 2, it's going to cause a lawsuit where Deshaun would probably sue the NFL outright. So that's why they have not been acting on this. They can 100% call up Tony Busby, which is a neighbor, which is 480 feet away from me, and say, hey, yo, look at this case. Busby initially turned down the case when the lady first brought the lawsuit to them, because he said it wouldn't hold no weight, and then he did more research on it. It was multiple people that turned down this case initially, from when the lady, Ashley Salas, when she first went on. And then there's also stories about Ashley Salas demanding $100,000 to speak or go public. It's a lot of things that are being hidden on both sides, because Deshaun Watson is not innocent in all this, man. He got issues onto his own right. He just needs to be more careful. But this is 100% a power move. And I believe it, just because I'm a Browns fan. I have to believe it. This is 100% a power move by the Texans. The owner said, I just gave you all this money in escrow, man. Either you're going to play for us or you're not going to play in the NFL ever again. And people will do that. Owners will do that.
I was just reading something that said They thought it might be 8 games. You know what I'm saying? And then they tried to compare it to some dude in the MLB.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer.
He got 2 years. Yeah. And they was like, that might weigh on what they decide. And I'm like, man, come on, man. This is like, I mean, I don't want to say it's outrageous because he hasn't really been found guilty yet. I guess that's my whole thing. Like until they come with the facts and then they lay it all down, then I can't really speculate. But from the public opinion stuff, I think that's kind of lame. That's just basically saying you feel like you're being pressured into something versus we actually feel like there's something here. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Those is two different stances. So if the league come out and say, no, based on this investigation, we found X, Y, and Z, then I'll have to just wait and see at that time. But for right now, I don't know, that shit seemed a little corny though, man.
Right. I gotta what you think about? I want to know, like, on the Browns' stance on this, the risk over reward. I feel like, cause if for Barry and the Haslams and the organization to give out this much guaranteed money,
they know
a player who clearly has a rap sheet following him. Mm-hmm. I feel like they done their due diligence to figure out, okay, they feel confident. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel like, I don't know what's going to be about it on the other end, but I just feel like for them to take that risk, knowing the situation we in and just being the Browns, because it can go like, oh, the Browns made another bonehead, this is same old Browns. That's all you're hearing, same old Browns. I just feel like jump out there like that. It has to be something that they know, like, okay, we're prepared for him to get 8 games and boom, move on or we're prepared for him to get no games. You see what I'm saying? I feel like they know the research they've done and the study they did behind this whole situation. They're comfortable with giving this man that much money. You know what I'm saying? And willing to ride this out with as far as what's gonna happen with this. I feel like we're on the glass half full side of it than the glass half empty. So I feel like we're on the top part of it, like the more positive side of the whole situation.
Yeah.
So more so, I'm gonna get my camera back up in a second. But like more so, but the start of it is that Alex. I'll answer that because like I did a deep dive on the video. Hold on. There we go. I did a deep dive on it, like on my Browns channel, but there's information out there, and Dee Haslam is part of the disciplinary committee of the NFL, so she would know information on a quote-unquote suspension. And one of the things about this is how this case is so specific that they did a second arbiter, like a judge, the actual judge. So it's a judge, it's a woman. She's independent of the NFL. She's judging the files on the case, and she's going to take it to the case, and it's going to be a recommendation of suspension. But it's a formal judge, like a Supreme Court judge that's the first part of arbitration. She's going to get all the notes, say, hey, this is what we recommend for Watson, and then it goes to Goodell and the committee. Now, it could be one or two things. She could be appalled just being a woman herself, or just looking at the sheer number of things and say, hey, yo, suspend him for 2 years. Or it could be a thing where, hey, this foul play with the testimonies aren't lining up. Like things that he said in real sports don't match up. Like one of the testimonies that they said in HBO Real Sports in a deposition does not match up to what they said as far as like their testimonies under oath. So it's inconsistencies like that throughout the whole case. She can look at it as like, yo, that's time served, or this is time served. And then it goes to the NFL, or the NFL just saw what happened with Trevor Bauer. The reason why Trevor Bauer got 2 years is because it was actual physical force. And then the lady came out and said that he's innocent of everything, but it's still physical force. But Trevor Bauer has not cooperated with MLB. He has not handed over anything as far as evidence. He's not talked with him. Deshaun Watson, throughout the whole case, has worked openly with law enforcement, has actually worked with the FBI. They were thinking about an extortion ring, and they have worked with the NFL as far as depositions, interviews. He interviewed 3 days straight with them. Like on every step of the way, Deshaun Watson has cooperated with anybody that wanted information on this. And there's been a lot of inconsistencies on the witnesses side where certain witnesses are scrubbing their socials clean. They're scrubbing interactions that they had with Deshaun Watson. Multiple accusers have seen Deshaun Watson after the fact that alleged assault happened. So it's a lot of things that line up with it where people are just blatantly ignoring and just saying, yo, he's a monster.
Yeah, because my is if you're Deshaun Watson, okay, and you know
you ain't do it.
You got 22 accusations against for 22 different women. That, like you said, that's a lot. And you still taking your stands in the public eye, like holding your, like you're innocent, like bro, that you ain't gonna do that. Like he's steady, he's going in front of the public eye, basically taking his stands like he's innocent, he didn't do wrong. So with that being said, how deep they gonna do this investigation? I don't think he will put himself out there like that, knowing I got 22 women who got these issues, who's coming forward supposedly with these accusations against me. Ain't no way. It's just too many. That's why him holding his stance like this, I feel like Seeze said, it's a bunch of bull, man. This ain't, they just trying to make something out of nothing. And my time served, he sat out all last season. He didn't even play. He hasn't played. I feel like you said, if that's the case, get that man time served. He missed the whole NFL season.
Yeah, remember I was saying that before, and I was like, man, he already self-imposed ban on his own for a year. Like, that's a long time already. He ain't even play. Come on, man.
I don't want to come out like Homer, like all Deshaun Watson, like I'm on Deshaun Watson's side. It's just I did a lot of research on this, and there's a lot of things that are not being mentioned on Deshaun Watson's side. Like, if he was guilty, he would have settled right away, got these women out of here.
Exactly.
NDAs.
I feel like if he was guilty, man, look, let's settle, get this over with so we can move forward with this. The fact, like you said, he's openly speaking about it. He's holding his ground. His story ain't changing. He's working with the FBI, the law enforcement. He's doing all that. So with that being said, I feel like this man, like, y'all not about to just railroad me. I'm about to stand my ground because I didn't do nothing wrong. Like Dwight, you said, if he was guilty, all right, look, man, I'm trying to play ball again. Let's get these women what they need. They send them, let's get this underway. Give me my suspension. Let me move forward with this shit.
Yeah. You gotta look at the point of, like, the NFL is all public opinion. So it's going to be a group of people that are going to be angry because the two GAs said that there are no cases to stick there. So it's going to be a group of people who want the NFL to impose punishment on Deshaun Watson based on the fact that no evidence. The one common term I've heard, like, even though 2 grand juries declined to indict, he still can be guilty. I'm like, how can he still be guilty? It's a 99.1% conviction rate, and it's in the state of Texas. If they want a case against you, they can get a case against you, especially in the state of Texas. A young black rich man, they want a case against you, you got a case against you. It's a term like where you can indict a ham sandwich. That can happen. And for 2 different enforcement or 2 different DAs and GAs to say, no, there's no case here. That's why half of the league swarmed in as soon as he got the no bill, the no trial. And you see that Deshaun's team is going more on the offensive with this.